Hi guys, happy Mother's Day. It's Sunday, Mother's Day, and it's kind of late, but I enjoyed the morning with the boys, and now we're just getting ready to go do something this afternoon. So yeah, that's my spiel. So I was going to show you, because I don't like to show things that we don't currently have in stock, because I know, hi Cynthia, I know how frustrating it is to watch someone present something that you can't actually buy or touch or feel for yourself. But the foundation sticks are going to be restocking. All of them are projected to be in by May the 28th for reorder. So I want to show you the foundation stick so that if you have any interest in getting one, we can get you on my pre-order list so that I can grab one for you. Hi Megan. The whole reason for the pre-order list is it's not a sales gimmick. It's because we usually develop, I'm just going in with a little primer while I chat. Younique usually blows up the day that we restock things. So what happens is you are going to get assigned a spot in line to log into the website with, and then you're going to have to wait for your turn to even get on the website to order something. So what's frustrating about that is if you're not really like legitimately waiting online at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time when they launch, you might not get one, or you're going to have to wait a really long time in the queue. It's kind of frustrating that way, I'll admit, but they do it so that they don't crash their website. So what I basically say is I will take a pre-order list and I will take the responsibility of logging on and making sure that it gets ordered on time, and then I'll just ship it out to you. So if you are interested in a foundation stick, this is what I'm going to use today. I suggest grabbing a Younique kabuki brush with it because it's a great brush. I'm going to show you how they work together to blend out. This is going to be restocked the same day as the foundation stick. So May 28th is the day that we are predicting as of right now that we're going to be able to go live with the reorders of the foundation stick. So I'm going to show you today a foundation stick routine. I'm going to use the shade Lace. I can color match you. If you already use, hi Kim, happy Mother's Day. If you already use a liquid foundation, then you can basically, and you love the color that it is, you can switch right over to the foundation stick with that same color match. The colors transfer perfectly between the touch and the stick foundation. I'm using the shade Lace and the kabuki brush to get started today. I think I might just pull my hair back so it's not in my way while I do that. Happy Mama's Day. I hope you're being spoiled. I started the day with nobody woke me up, and then I came downstairs and Justin made waffles and strawberries and bacon and whipped cream for breakfast, and then he cleaned it all up, and honestly, like, what could be better than not having to make breakfast or be awoken by screaming children or cleaning up? I don't know. So that's been Mother's Day so far here for me, and I couldn't ask for much more than that, honestly. Okay, so we have primer on our face. I just washed my face. I have my rose water on and my day cream on, and I let my primer sit for a couple of minutes. That's how you're going to get the best, most flawless coverage, is letting the primer sit and kind of dry so that it doesn't feel tacky or silky on your face anymore, and that means you're ready to go with your foundation. So the foundation stick is a cream stick. It's gonna just unscrew just like a giant tube of lipstick might, and you kind of apply it just like war paint. And that's everywhere that I put it. So obviously it goes on really, really easy. I don't know that you need to save this cap, but I do, just because I don't want to ever have an issue where it's stuck on the inside of this. So I've been saving the cap. So that is as difficult as the foundation stick is to apply. You just kind of draw on your face. A child could do it. If I had to trust my husband to do my makeup, which maybe someday is a fun thing, I'll instruct Justin on how to do this and we'll go live. That would be kind of amusing. If I had to put my husband in charge of doing my makeup because my hands were broken, this is the foundation that I would have him do, because it's really that easy to apply. There are no excuses. There's really like very little blending. I'm just going to take the Younique kabuki brush and I'm going to blend this into my skin. like this. So you can see I'm just kind of using this pressing, like stippling motion, and it just blends right out. This stick is full coverage. It is it's got two kinds of non-pore clogging wax in it, Carlily and Carnauba. So if you have dry skin or mature skin, this is going to be your favorite foundation ever. Hi, Chelsea. If you have oily skin, this is still going to be a great product for you. The only difference is you're just going to want to make sure that we set it with either a pressed powder or a translucent powder. So this foundation is amazing, and it finishes with sort of like a glowy finish. So if you are like me and you kind of prefer a little bit more glow in your skin as opposed to matte, you're going to love this. You can always mattify it, I suppose, with a pressed powder or something like that, but I just think that glowing skin looks slightly more youthful, so I usually embrace the glow. Hi, Karen. Hi, Justine. All right, so I blend whatever is left over on this down my neck so that there's like not a disconnect, and that's it. There's no washing of a sponge. There's no, hi Karen, there's no extra products that are getting added. It's literally just the stick foundation and the kabuki brush, and you could be out the door. Of course, I'm a little more extra than that, and I go in with more products, as you'll see. But if you're just a foundation and go kind of girl, then you're done. We're done here. Okay, so I am going to go in with Skin Perfecting Concealer in Scarlet. It's the lightest shade of concealer that we have, and I just wanted to kind of do like a really on-point contour today. So I always just squeeze a little bit out on the back of my hand like this. That's all that I put on. That's all the concealer. This is going to conceal, highlight, and brighten my face. One of these glorious tubes lasts me 6 to 8 months, depending on how often I use it, but that's why, because this much goes all over my face, and I usually have extra left over at the end that I sculpt out my brows with it and everything. I apply it with a Splurge cream shadow brush. I find that if I put it on with my fingertips that I end up using a ton more, and if you are battling fine lines, wrinkles, aging, anything like that, you want to use as little makeup as possible. Less makeup means less chance for it to get stuck in those little tiny cracks and crevices on your face. And that's when you see people kind of looking like they went overboard on their makeup, just because you're noticing the makeup as opposed to the color. And the reason that I can use so little is because it's got so much pigment in it, obviously, that you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. So you don't have to keep going over the same spots. One of my girlfriends, she always complains about her dark under eyes. And I know that that's a problem for a lot of people. But she uses literally like 4 products on her under eye. And then she complains that she can see her fine lines. But it's because, you know, when you keep layering all that stuff, it's got nowhere to go but in your cracks and crevices. So I keep trying to remind her that sometimes less is more and that she doesn't need all of that. Just like one product and out the door. But she watches all of these Instagram accounts that basically are like, oh, I love Tape Shape. I love L'Oreal True Match. I love this, that, and the other thing. And of course, we all want to try the latest and greatest and the biggest craze. I'm no different. But she's literally every day wears 6 products on her under eye. And I can't take it anymore. I'm about to go in and just dump her concealer drawer and replace it with one of these and just be like, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Okay. So everywhere on my face is where I'm concealing, highlighting, and brightening. I still have concealer left over on the back of my hand, and I have all the spots on my face that I want highlighted done just with this little tube. Touch Glorious Mineral Skin Perfecting Concealer. Love, 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 love. So I have my Eco Tools sponge. This is what I usually do my liquid foundation with, and I have it washed. I just use hot water and whatever hand soap is in the bathroom, and it's got a little dampness left in it, and I use this narrow short side to press in my concealer. So I'll get right up on this. It just blends right in because of the moisture in your skin, the moisture in the foundation, and the moisture in the sponge. And then it just blends away. So you don't have to worry about there being this major disconnect. Obviously, this is 3 or 4 shades lighter than the foundation that I used. But if you blend it out on those edges, you're gonna keep the brightness where you want it, but you're gonna diffuse out the lines where you don't want to see, obviously, that you've been highlighting and contouring. End up on one of those people of Walmart websites. Those kill me. They're so freaking funny. So I have no idea what I'm getting ready for, to be honest with you. The boys have just kind of taken the reins today, and I'm along for the ride, which is just fine by me. I had no agenda today other than spend time with the family and try not to be the type A control freak that I am. So far, so good. We're both succeeding, but I am definitely the one that's like, okay, this is our agenda today. This is what we need to do. We're an hour behind my imaginary schedule. And I'm trying to let a little of that go because it drives everybody insane and they think I'm a wacko. Okay, so the contour, our concealer is all blended in, and I'm just going to go in with Touch Behold Translucent Setting Powder. This is a totally translucent powder, so you can put it on any color, any skin type, any whatever, red lipstick, white concealer, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be shade matched for this. This is only going to set my makeup. It's not going to change the color of anything. And I'm just going to go in with a brush because I don't like to pack so much on, again, that it settles in my fine lines, because I don't want to know that they're there. They need to pretend like I'm not 34 and a half, because I don't want to be. I would like to look 28 forever. Although I gotta say, I think I look better at 34 than I did at 28. I don't know if that's a common thing where people are like a fine wine, they feel like they're aging, but I honestly feel like I have a better grip on who I am and what I want to look like now that I'm in my mid-30s than I did when I was in my mid-20s. Okay. All blended in, so it obviously does not change the color at all. It just sets it. What happens is when you start your makeup routine with creams and liquids, and then you top it with a powder, the powder is going to protect your creams and liquids from moving all day by setting them. Basically drying them out just enough that humidity, the environment, oil, sweat from your skin naturally is not going to disturb it. That's as easy as it gets. Also, you can't screw that up. Just like the foundation, you cannot screw up translucent setting powder. Okay, we're now going to go in with bronzer. This is Beachfront bronzer in the shade Malibu, the darkest that we have. So I used the lightest concealer that we have, and now I'm using the darkest bronzer that we have. And I promise I won't look like a clown when we're done. This is just an IT Cosmetic. Nope, lied to you. It's an e.l.f. brush, an e.l.f. Cosmetics foundation blurring brush that I got at Target. I like this for my bronzer because it's nice and dense, and I can get in and do my bronzer with it, and I don't have like bristles going everywhere to sort of disturb it. I always start on the back of my face and blend forward because I want the most pigment to be in the back. I don't want it to be up here. Hi Karen, that's when you get like your whole face looking sort of clownish. So I deposit the bronzer and then I kind of blend it in. But such a pretty color, really, really, really believable. It's not like too orange, it's not too brown, it's not too red. It's just perfect. And I'm going to show you a little trick if you ever feel like you've gone overboard on any color, how we sort of soften that up. And no product is involved, if you can believe it. Down my nose. warming it up. I like the bronzer, honestly, because it's got a little bit of glow in it. So it gives your face that like youthful sheen, sort of that you may have been on vacation and relaxing look, which I have to fake because we never go on vacation. And I'm never relaxed, to be honest with you. So I'm just blending the bronzer down my neck too, because that makes a huge difference, and on your jawline is instant lipo. Okay, so the trick that I promised is a big fluffy brush with nothing on it. And we're just gonna go over the areas and sort of diffuse out the lines so that you don't see hot spots, like really concentrated areas of pigment, and then areas where there's nothing. Because I can't stand that. When you can definitely tell when someone looks like the little map that you use to contour your face instead of a contoured face. You should be able to see that there's color and lightness in areas, but not see where they start and stop. And just a big fluffy brush does the trick. This is also great if you've put blush on and you feel like it's too much. Just go ahead with one of these. Okay, I'm gonna use this gorgeous shade Supple today. So this is like a peachy orange. All of our blushes have a ton of pigment in them. So literally when I go in, I touch it once and then I dump it on the floor. Let's try that again. Touch it once and blend it. There's no like back and forth and digging in the pan over and over and over again, just like one time. Such a pretty color. It's got a ton of pigment in it. And it's like a very believable shade. It doesn't look like what's happening there with her. Okay, just diffusing it out. Let's see, what do we want to do next? Let's do eyes. I'm going to use Addiction Palette 4 just because it's sitting here and I really don't feel like digging through for eyeshadows. So I'm going to go in with Addiction Palette 4 and let's go in with this shade right here, which is Arrogant. It's sort of like this toffee brown. And I'm going to go in with the Younique. Oops, I grabbed Brave instead. Grab Brave, that's fine. I'm just gonna go in with Brave and blend it right into the crease of my eye and over my lid. And you'll notice I almost never have any fallout underneath my eyes because again with these powders I just tap them once and there's enough on the brush that I don't have to go back in and apply over and over again because they're so hyperpigmented. And I'm going to take my finger now and I'm going to grab Secretive, which is this like coppery color, and I'm just going to apply this right on my lid from the inside crease right to the middle. Like so. And just adds a little bit of shimmer. And you can do that right with your finger. And I'm actually going to take, this is my brow brush. What do we call this one? Brow Artist brush, and I'm going to put a little bit of that Brave right on my lower lash line. This has the best, sturdiest point on it, so that's why it's amazing for your brows, but it's also phenomenal to line your lashes with. Pro tip, use things for multiple purposes. All right, perfect. Let's do our brows now. I'm going to go in with the Moodstruck Brow Obsession palette. This is the Brunette palette, because obviously you can see at the root that I'm a brunette, but by the time you get to the ends, I'm kind of a blonde. So what I like about the palette is it comes with 2 different powders, so you can totally tailor the color that you achieve by mixing them together, going lighter, going darker, highlighting certain areas of your face or not. I also sometimes use these as eyeshadows because they work really, really well that way. But that's why I prefer to do this over using a brow pencil. Also because I've had this for a year and a half and there's still tons of product left in it. Sorry about that, phone call. I would easily use 2 brow pencils a month if I used pencils only, but this gives me so much life, and it's only like, I want to say it's like $45, maybe it's $49, but I've used this for a year and a half, just to give you an idea. So I use the original Brow Artist brush. It's got an angled tip on one side and a flat tip on the other side, and I'm just going to go in and draw on the bottom line of my brow. And this is what helps me stay within the right shape of my brow, is I do the bottom and the top. When I do the top line, I don't start all the way in the front. I move it back just slightly because I don't want a really heavy brow in the front. Your brow naturally is very sparse in the front, and we want to make sure that we keep some aspects of our natural makeup look very believable. And even though we're drawing in our brows and we're making them darker or changing the shape, you want to keep some things sacred. So I always go in and I do the arch and the tail first because they are the darkest and the thickest naturally. And then I usually don't add extra product. I just go in and use what is left over on my brush and on my brow already, and I fill in my brow with that because I do want this soft sort of beginning to my brow. But you can just see the difference. I'm not like cocking one eyebrow up or anything. This is just the difference when you finish a brow with an unfinished brow. Totally saturates your face better. It improves your face shape. Just gives you better structure on your face. So this is why I do my brows every day. Major, major difference. All right, I'm gonna go and do this one. Hopefully make a twin out of it, because I do usually go in and demand perfection from the brows. The first time you do your brows, if you've never filled them in before, be prepared to not know how you feel about them. Because it does change your face quite a bit. I would say by the 3rd time you do them, you're gonna love them. But the first couple of times, hi Tracy, but the first couple of times give yourself a little bit of grace because you're probably not gonna recognize yourself. It does change a lot. Whenever I do my mom's makeup, she's like, don't do dark brows on me. Don't do a really pronounced brow, because she's just not used to it. I promise if she did them more often, though, she would love them. Because I love her with them. Okay. Done. Done, done, done. I grab the little baby hairs that live right up on the top of my brow arch. I feel like it helps me get a better arch on my brow. Plus, I'm still using, like, natural products on my eye. Like, I still have that hair like consistency on there. I'm gonna go in with shadow on me. I'm gonna go in with our Dip and Draw eyeliner. This is in the black shade, which is called Perfect, and I'm just gonna do a really simple liner look. The Dip and Draw is part of the Kudos this month. And it's really, really easy to use, as you can see. If you watch any other professional makeup artists, they're going to tell you not to pull your eye when you do your liner. but I can't not. I feel like I can't achieve a straight line if I don't. So dip and draw, obviously, if you're a liquid liner person, game changer. So easy to use, and you don't even have to keep going back in. It's just, and the finest felt tip you could imagine. All right. 4D mascara. Gorgeous 4D mascara. Such a big difference. I love our original Epic, but this 4D is legit. What I like even more than the length that it gives me is that it does the best job of separating every little baby lash that you have so that they look so full at the root. It's unreal. So I always do 2 coats and I let it dry in between coats. Coat number 1. Coat number 2. Oh, no, this is coat number 1 for eye number 2. It doesn't, the best thing about this is with our old fiber lash mascara, you used to have to use a transfer gel and then add the fibers with a different tube and then go back in with the transfer gel and seal them. With this, it's all in one. Okay, so that's coat number 1. It doesn't give you tarantula lashes. Sometimes I feel like when I watch people do primer on their lashes, they have these really crazy looking tarantula lashes where they just stick all over the place and confuse me. But this just makes them super full and long. Living for this mascara. I still have one extra one in my pre-order that I did, and then I just ordered 10 more that should be here the first week of June. So if you want one of those, just shoot me a message or comment below and then we can get you set up for that. Happy Mother's Day, Heather. I'm using the 4D mascara. All right, I'm just gonna take whatever I have left over on my wand and do my lower lashes. I went and got flowers for my mom and my mother-in-law, my godmother and my sister yesterday and dropped them off at their house, which is good because it's raining today and I'm glad that I don't have to be outside doing that. All right, so that's the 4D. Huge, huge impact on the 4D mascara. I live for it. All right, let's go in with Touch a la Mode Powder Luminizer. Hi, Kelsey. Happy Mother's Day. I'm going to go in with the Powder Luminizer in Benevolent, and I'm just going to glow my face up real quick. I like that it gives me, like, again, I'm a hooker for glow. Let's be real. But I also like that it just kind of blends my makeup together, sort of makes a nice little transition between where I highlighted and where my blush lives. And I go down my nose and then on the Cupid's bow, because the big finish is lips, obviously. I live for lips. Kelsey, you get it. We live for lips. So I'm actually going to bring out an OG product that I haven't used in quite a while. But before I do that, let's use the rest of the concealer because I still have some left over and I don't like to waste product. And we're just going to go in and fleek out our brows before I get concealer on my white shirt and irritate myself. So this, I'm just kind of chiseling out my brow area and putting a nice little matte highlight on that brow bone. Okay, so I'm going to use an OG product, our Moodstruck Crush Lip Powder. So this is a lipstick that comes in powder form, and then when it hits your lips, it turns into like the most decadent velvety lipstick ever. So I'm going to use the shade Koi. It's one of my favorite sort of like apricot-y colors. And they wear like braided steel. Like it stays on your face amazingly well. All right, so I'm going to start with Plush Lipliner. And just line my lips. Hi, Amina. If you don't use lip liner, I want you to try one because it helps keep your lip product in place. It helps you to shape your lips so that you get the exact shape that you want. If you have thinner lips and you want to make them look bigger, it gives you the opportunity to do that. But I feel like it makes this nice waxy border between your skin and your lip, and then your lip product, whatever you're using, stays 100% better. I never used to use lip liner until I started doing Younique, and I think it makes all the difference in the world. Okay, so this is again the shade Plush. It's sort of like a mauvey pink, a mauvey nude. All right, now we're gonna go in with Koi crushed lip powder. And it comes on this little wand, and it's a powder, legit powder. And then when it hits your lip, it turns into like liquid velvet. And I'm gonna blend it right into that lip liner. Okay. I really feel like this crushed lip powder is one of our most underrated products because of how well, oh my God, it's so good. I have it in 3 colors and I often forget that I have it. Today I was like, what haven't I worn in a long time? Crushed lip powder. But you can blend it so easily because of this applicator, and it wears all day long. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to finish it with Hottie Lip Plumper. So this is the original Hottie. Not only is it going to make my lips plumper and juicier, but it's also going to add that like nice, clean, glowy liquid finish that I love on my lips. This has peppermint extract in it. And instead of hurting your lips and burning them, it's just going to plump them up with the peppermint in it. So it's going to give you sort of like a cooling sensation. It does not hurt. It doesn't tingle. It doesn't stingle. It doesn't burn. It doesn't whatever people tell you about lip products. You don't have to worry about that. Just because I hate to waste product. I still have concealer on my hands. And I told you, a dab will do ya. It makes all the difference, though. Okay, so to set our makeup, I'm going to go in with Touch Behold Setting Powder. I lied to you. Touch Behold Setting Spray. This is secret weapon if you live in a hot climate, if you live anywhere that it's humid, if you have oily skin. If it's raining like it is in New York right now, you just go in with this. It's going to make your face a little bit wet looking until it dries. And then it's going to basically take all the powders that you finished your makeup with, and it's going to blend them together so that they stay in place all day long. Jeez, when I add another color, it totally changes my coloring on here. Anyway, the setting powder is going to give you a matte finish. It's going to take all the powders that you finished your makeup look with and blend them together so that they don't move, and you get that perfect flawless finish all day long. If you ever run out of primer, you can prime your face using this too. It's going to give you a nice base to put your makeup on. I prefer to go in with the primer, but I have run out before, and waiting for the UPS man to show up at the front door, I have gone to the setting spray and it works just as well. So if you are one of these people that does not want to buy, you want to pare down your makeup kit with just a few things. Hi Linda, happy Mother's Day. If you're someone who wants to pare down their makeup kit and just have a couple of products that you can use for multiple things, you can use the setting powder as primer. You can use the brow palette as not only for your brows, but also an eyeshadow color. You can use the bronzer to contour with and also as an eyeshadow color. Like, we just have so many different things that you can use for multiple purposes. I have prim eyeliner that I use for my eyes as well as my lips. It's just kind of incredible. All right, there's our finished Mother's Day look. I'm going to get back downstairs to my boys and see what is behind door number 2 for the day. But I will take a picture and then I will comment in it and let you know all the products that I used today. That way, if you have any questions about anything or you want to hop on my site, just press a little my nose and a description box will pop up where it says shop here, and that is my shopping link. If you want to get color matched for the stick foundation, it does relaunch on May 28th. I'm going to do a pre-order list so I can color match you and then order whatever you need and ship it out to you when it comes to me. So that way we can guarantee that you get it in time. It always gives me anxiety when something is like on a time crunch and I know that there's like 500 people that are going to try to log onto the website at once and get something. So if you do want the stick foundation, just let me know and I can help you color match and just get ready for May 28th. But I hope all the moms out there and the stepmoms and the grandmothers, Kim, will get you all set up. We'll color match you, we'll have you all ready. I actually know people that are buying a couple of these, not just like a backup one, but then they're getting one that's like light to do their under eyes with and one that's dark to do their contour with. So these are definitely good if you like cream products and you like to blend all cream together. You can use it for highlight, contour, and your foundation. But happy Mother's Day to all the moms, the stepmoms, the honorary moms, the bonus moms, the grandmothers, the godmothers, the aunts, the single dads that step up and do the mom things. This is not an easy job. Now that I'm a mom myself, and I have been for almost 8 years, I totally get that it is the hardest job in the world. So today, take a minute to appreciate yourself and your family, and I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I will see you back here on Tuesday morning.